Connection established. Adams gave me a list of... Wait. This can't be right. According to this, we'll need a Shaper relic, crystals from a bristleback, and a Dominion translator. Sending you possible coordinates for a bristleback. I'm still working on the rest. Linking in Harkin.
They let him out of his cell for this?
No, just gave him a link. That's still too much if you ask me.
Freelancer, isn't it exciting to be working together? I'm looking forward to this. By the way, I also need you to bring me a pneumatic leg from an Iskari. An Iskari leg? Why? It's an important part of the design. Just the leg. They certainly can't use the rest of it. Right. Hey, got Ursix here. Multiple Ursix.
I'm detecting a bristleback as well. Get rid of these two, and maybe that will draw it out. That bristleback, Faye. Found it. It's not too far away, and only one this time.
Something tells me one doesn't exactly mean easy. Okay, Faye. Technically there's only one, but it's big enough to count as two, at least. Maybe three. Bristlebacks are fascinating creatures, aren't they? Their migrations in the north are quite... Shut up, Harkin. Faye?
Don't panic. You fought Titans. You can handle this. Excellent. I found our next target. There are scars nearby, and a lot of Shaper energy. It's fair to say they're tampering with a relic.
That sounds fascinating. I want to hear all the details when you get back.
There's definitely a relic in here. That's the good news.
Do I want to know the bad news?
The closer we get, the more scar signatures I detect.
How interesting. Found the relic, Faye. It's about 1 moment from going critical. What are the scars doing with it?
What do scars do with anything? Just get it away from them, fast.
Hey, what's the big energy field thing?
That'll mess with your Javelin's cargo.
Now that's interesting. Those fields are Dominion technology. Did the scars steal it or mimic it, I wonder?
Relic fragment lost. That field just stripped it off your Javelin. Relic secured. With this level of scar coordination, you can bet on his scar eyes directing them. Detecting what might be in his scar eye farther in. Might be best to clear this lot out first.
Got it.
There's our scar eye. A veritable array of pneumatic legs to choose from.
Just what I wanted.
translator left, and I think I might have found one. I've located a Dominion gate device for the translator, but be careful. It's on the edge of a conjunction.
A conjunction?
Don't worry about it yet. You might not have to go inside.
Translator is responsible for connecting two non-continuous regions together.
Right. It's part of a gate device, which is what I just said.
Okay, all I really needed to know was don't blow up the gate device, but the rest is helpful.
Be careful. You're approaching the conjunction. Visibility is going to be poor.
I noticed the change in the weather. I'm here, Faye. How do I find the translator?
Take it one thing at a time. The crystals are your top priority. Destroy them to access the gate.
On it.
Focus your fire on the crystals. If you don't disable that gate, the Dominion will use it to bring in reinforcements.
Why can't I access the gate? All the crystal anchor things are gone.
I'm detecting more underground. They're growing.
Using crystal formations as anchors was a poor choice. They scatter energy in unpredictable ways.
Look out! We've got Furies inbound. They're resonating with the crystals.
Do I get the feeling that's bad? I told you using crystals was messy. Furies are not very stable. The effect on them will be interesting. The crystals are exploding! What an exciting side effect. I must write this down. If my former colleagues were going to try to replicate my work, you'd think they would be more cautious. Your work? You built this thing? Hardly. This, my dear freelancer, appears to be a larger, cruder form of the egress I'm designing. Var tampered with a relic too early and left much of her forces trapped outside the energy wall. They're simply trying to get inside to reach her, just like you.
That's everything on Harkin's list. Let's get you back and put him to work.
Music to my ears, Faye. This has been so much fun. I feel like part of the team. This device better work, Harkin. I even got your damn East Scar Eye leg. You actually did that? Wonderful. I only asked to see if you go through with it. What?
Are you afraid?
Why would I be?
The Monitor.
Was corrupted by the Anthem. I will not have that problem. Remember, I do this not for myself, but for you and all of Stralheim. For Stralheim! Might separates the weak from the worthy. Only the strong can provide order. Only the strong can provide order.
Vara!
Stay back! Order is the path to peace!
Heard thunder. Is, everything okay?
Well, nothing could ruin this view. Freelancer. He's gone. Harkins escaped.
Well, this has turned into an interesting morning.
Go with Vul. I'll update Adams on the storm.
Hello, you wanna come in now? Okay, well, I have some funny news. 1 minute he was there, and then poof, he was gone. And yes, I know how crazy that sounds, but
Have you tried one of these? They are delicious.
Sentinel Bryn, secure the prisoner.
Oh. Oh.
How did you get out?
And why did you come back?
The truth is, I could have left at any time, so the how is inconsequential. You don't have to do this. This isn't necessary. Look, I chose to stay here because I want to help. You can trust me. Feel better?
much.
Stay in your cell and don't cause trouble.
Couldn't help but notice the forecast while I was out and about. Stormy. With a chance of doom.
Talk, quickly.
Virus started the Cataclysm.
Gathered that much. You're supposed to be working on a device to get me inside, not pulling stunts
You mean
like...
the egress? I finished that hours ago. Go check my workbench.
Yeah, could have just said so.
I could have, yes. Attach it to the Dawn Shield. There's no way of knowing what you'll face inside, but the egress will get you in and out of the Cataclysm.
According to you.
Well, I'm all you've got.
You're early.
I didn't know I had a schedule to follow.
I thought you would wait at least another day before coming to see me. Why so eager?
I've been hearing stories about you for years, Doctor. You started the Heart of Rage.
And you finished it.
You know who I am?
Of course I do. Lancers fly, engineers build, and Arcanists. Arcanists study, my friend. Knowledge is life.
You must have been inches from the cenotaph when the Cataclysm began. How did you survive?
How did you? Don't you ever wonder? You didn't reach the cenotaph on your first trip into Freemark, but you got close. Closer than any other living being. Drowning in the Anthem until all the ciphers of your expedition went mad. But you survived. Unchanged. Or so everyone believes. I wonder if the same little freelancer who flew into that storm came out again.
Tell me about Vara Brahm.
No. That's the wrong question.
Where is she now? What's she trying to do?
Still the wrong questions, I'm afraid. You don't care about Vara Brahm, not really. No more than you cared about the Monitor. Did you know his name was Armus Brahm? Yes, Vara's brother. He was the pride and joy of Stralheim, you know?
I don't get the impression that Vara feels a lot of pride or joy in her brother.
Above all else, Vara loves the Dominion and the Lancer Code. She can never forgive him for failing them. Our time is nearly up. I hear the good sentinel's coming to end our visit. So I'll leave you with a question to ponder, dear freelancer. Why did Grandmaster Adams send you to get me? Why do you suppose he didn't undertake a mission so close to his heart himself? We will talk later, I'm sure.
Well, look who's come to play. You up for a game?
You know I am.
So, I once fought Phyranix for 10 hours straight. Chum cannons on full.
You dive into the water to cool your jets?
Exactly. You know it's possible. So it's probably true, right?
Okay, sure. That's true.
Yep, it is. Legendary.
Not as legendary as that time I escaped 3 Ursics rampaging through a canyon. Hall of Heroes right there.
That's not heroism, that's survival. Not like when I saved that kid from a fire.
Sounds like something you might do.
Yep. Save my brother. Can't save him anymore, but that's for the best.
So, what will you do now?
I need to finish what I started. The caravan. I like it here, though. More than I thought I would.
Well, maybe you should stick around. Check out the sights.
Sights never thrill me. It's people that make a place special. I want to thank you for everything, though.
You seemed like you needed a friend.
I hate this feeling. You know? When you meet someone you click with.
And then, never see them again?
Not fair, is it?
We could always write each other.
It'd certainly give me something to do while I wait.
When you're not accosting people in bars to play games with you.
Right? So, don't die or anything, or I'll be bored.
I'll try not to. Good luck, Cassian.
Good luck.
This seems to be a small pocket of stability. You can recover from the storm in here. Don't move. The reality around you hasn't stabilized yet.
You think Harkin could make the egress less terrible to use?
Be quick. The longer you're in the storm, the greater the chance it will absorb you.
Hey, there's a shaper ruin here that definitely wasn't there before.
Varus succeeded. At least a little bit. He's created a new reality. It just doesn't extend very far yet.
Why would she make a Shaper ruin?
If I had to guess, that's what she thinks of when she imagines controlling the world.
So the ruin is important then.
Whatever is here will likely help silence this cataclysm. The pocket of stable reality collapsed. Vara, or the cataclysm, is still trying to keep it at bay. No more crystal. Nicely done.
Here I am, freelancers. Let's finish this.
I can sense a crystal up ahead.
This looks complicated. What's all this for?
The reality inside this cataclysm is incredibly unstable. I think Vara's made these things to just keep it all together.
So, shutting these down is making the storm less stable? Is that a good idea?
Yes, we want this reality to collapse. If it doesn't, it will displace our entire world. Stabilize you. I'm detecting a Shaper relic in pieces here.
A cataclysm starting inside a cataclysm?
There's no sign of one. I suspect Vara doesn't know much about silencing relics. It's not what she does.
But the Dominion does break and manipulate relics all the time.
In Vara's mind, messing up a relic is how you get results. Silence it to end whatever she started here. I think it was made to hold an echo. We're going to need more echoes to expose the crystal. They must be here somewhere. Well done. Head for the crystal. Crystal down. Well done.
Did you want to face me? Come, I'll grant your wish. this reality. Is not the end! I still command this reality! I will return!
She's down. Faye, how do I silence this cataclysm?
I don't understand it. If Vara's controlling the cataclysm, it should have stopped. Or at least weakened. But nothing seems to have changed.
So now what?
This reality is still unstable and about to collapse. Come back to the fort before you get caught in it. We can plan our next step there.
Sure. Good to see you.
right, Harkin, what's going on? I killed Vara.
And the storm abides. Fascinating, isn't it?
You told me Vara Brahm was the heart of the Cataclysm. Why is it still alive when she's dead?
I realize this is not obvious to most people, my dear freelancer, but Arcanists are not born with answers. We experiment, we study, and there we find the truth. In this matter, you will have to think like an Arcanist and not a Lancer. Investigate the Cataclysm. Study it.
You want me to go back in?
You didn't expect this to be easy, did you? Learn about the storm, and perhaps we will find a way to silence it for good.
Dr. Harkin.
My dear freelancer. Just couldn't stay away, I see. You walked through the market on your way here, didn't you? The scent of apples still clings to you.
Tell me about your background, Doctor. I've seen your old testing ground for the device you used on the cenotaph. How does an Arcanist start studying cataclysms? It seems like a hard subject to locate, much less examine.
Do you think so? Perhaps you simply don't know how to look for them.
Giant world-changing events are hard to miss.
Are you sure about that, my friend? Think it through. Reality is whatever is in front of you right now. If it was different an hour ago, would you realize it? How many times have you silenced a relic on the fort's very doorstep and no one knew? The Anthem creates reality all around us. Cataclysms are simply smaller realities it's built. Temporary ones. Have you thought about my question from last time?
Why Grandmaster Adams sent me to capture you instead of going himself?
Do you have the answer?
He was at Freemark when the Heart of Rage opened. He probably thought he'd shoot you on sight.
Yes, the cenotaph left a wound, didn't it? Everyone who tangled with it still seems to be bleeding somewhere.
Except you.
Oh, my encounter with the cenotaph was very different. It made me a better man, you see.
Better, really? You don't seem that improved to me. Weren't you helping Vara start another cataclysm?
You seem easily confused, my friend. I am helping you to stop her. Come see me again later. I do enjoy our little chats. My dear freelancer, don't you have a cataclysm to silence? To what do I owe this pleasure?
Twice now you've built things to work with my Dawn Shield. First the egress, and now this attenuator. Except you've never seen the Dawn Shield.
The Dominion has many agents in Bastion, my friend. And you've been the subject of great curiosity to many of the powers in the North.
Even if a spy were ogling my javelin right now, that wouldn't explain you building for a part you haven't seen.
Interesting, isn't it? I must have had detailed schematics of the seal to study at some length. A seal your team haphazardly cobbled together 5 minutes before rushing into the Heart of Rage. It's a fascinating device. Do you know even half of what it truly does? You should find out. I'm afraid this will be our last chat, my friend.
Why do you say that?
As my usefulness here comes to an end, I believe the wheels are turning for me to move onwards. But don't worry. I'm sure this won't be the end of our cooperation. Now go. You mustn't keep poor Vara waiting.